If you are planning a kitchen remodel in British Columbia right now, you probably have a specific look in mind. The trend for 2026 has moved away from clinical whites and toward a warmer, organic coastal West Coast style. Think rich dune tones like mushroom and taupe, paired with natural white oak islands and clean Japandi influences. Getting that look has suddenly become much harder. On January 1st, 2026, a massive new 50% tariff hit imported kitchen cabinetry. Because a significant portion of ready-to-assemble and stock cabinets in Canada rely on imported materials, retail prices spiked almost overnight. This line graph tracking historical renovation costs shows the exact impact. A mid-range kitchen remodel that reliably hovered around a $30,000 baseline now depicts a sudden spike. That tariff penalty has pushed the new minimum up to the $42,000 to $55,000 range. This pie chart breaks down a typical $55,000 BC remodel to show exactly where your capital goes. The largest single chunk, between 30 and 40% of the total budget, is swallowed up by cabinetry alone. Right behind cabinets is labor and trades, pulling another 20 to 35%. The rest of the pie is split between your surfaces, like countertops, taking 10 to 15%, and new appliances claiming the remaining 10 to 15%. This breakdown dictates the scale of your renovation. A basic refresh with stock parts stays between $15,000 and $25,000. A mid-range target sits squarely in that $30,000 to $55,000 tier. Step into custom layouts and premium stone, and you enter the high-end bracket starting at $60,000 and climbing fast. Because cabinets and labor consume up to 75% of your entire budget, trying to save money on your sink faucet is a waste of time. To survive this market, you have to aggressively target your cabinetry sourcing and how you manage the physical work. The most effective way to dodge the 2026 tariff penalty is to change where you buy your wood. Instead of ordering imported custom builds, you can source ready-to-assemble cabinets directly from local BC wholesalers. While the default move is to wander into a big box store, the real value lies in specialized regional hubs. Showrooms across the Lower Mainland and Victoria maintain massive local warehouses, offering clearance discounts on solid, all-wood construction that bypass the heavy import fees entirely. You can stretch that budget even further by tapping into secondary markets. Organizations like the Habitat for Humanity Restore offer massive savings on fixtures and surplus materials. You can then take a basic cabinet box and dress it up with high-quality hinges and ergonomic pulls from specialty hardware suppliers like Lee Valley. Sourcing your materials locally and strategically neutralizes the worst of the new tariffs. This frees up thousands of dollars of trapped capital, allowing you to actually afford the premium touches that define the space, like a custom white oak island or high-end quartz countertops. Before any physical work begins, you have to deal with the municipal building code. Purely cosmetic updates are fine, but changing structural walls, upgrading an electrical panel, or relocating plumbing lines triggers the need for formal permits.
This bar chart shows exactly why location matters. In Vancouver, strict bylaws mean you might wait 8 to 12 weeks for approval. Move out towards Surrey or Chilliwack, and that timeline shrinks to roughly 3 to 8 weeks. While you wait on paperwork, you can offset some of your costs by locking in local incentives. BC Hydro and FortisBC offer active energy rebate programs for installing connected smart thermostats and high-efficiency appliances, clawing back some of your upfront cash. You also need a clear plan for who is doing the physical work. You can safely tackle DIY-friendly tasks like the initial demolition and painting yourself. Anything involving load-bearing walls or active wiring must be handed off to licensed, WorkSafe BC-compliant tradespeople. Handling the permitting bureaucracy and dividing the labor safely acts as a critical risk management strategy. Doing this correctly protects you from catastrophic local fines and project-killing delays. With permits cleared, the physical sprint begins. The first phase is finalizing your layout to ensure a functional work triangle between the sink, stove, and fridge. Once that footprint is locked, you move immediately into demolition, stripping the room down to the bare studs. Next is the rough-in phase. Your licensed trades open up the walls to relocate plumbing lines and upgrade the electrical circuits to meet the new 2026 code standards. Then comes the installation. The crew mounts the physical cabinetry boxes to the walls. Only after the lower cabinets are perfectly level can the stone fabricators come in for precise countertop templating and fitting. The final sequential phases bring the room together. You install the tile backsplash, lay the new flooring, and apply the paint. Finally, the heavy appliances are slid into place and connected, followed by the installation of the finishing hardware on the doors and drawers. Sticking to this strict chronological order prevents the nightmare of scheduling trades out of sequence. If the flooring goes down before the rough-ins are done, or counters are templated before cabinets are leveled, you will be forced to rip out expensive work and pay to do it twice. When executed correctly, the final product transforms raw, carefully sourced materials into a stunning coastal West Coast space. You get the tactile warmth of thin lacquered wood grains, perfectly integrated with a pristine quartz island. Reaching this finish line has a few hidden traps. The most common planning failure is locking in a budget without setting aside a generous contingency fund. Once you open up 40-year-old walls, you are almost guaranteed to find hidden structural issues or plumbing rot that require immediate cash to fix. You might also be tempted to skip the municipal permit process entirely to save time. Unpermitted work can void your home insurance policy and severely damage your property value when it comes time to sell. Mastering the intersection of local sourcing, strict code compliance, and smart labor division effectively neutralizes 2026's economic pressures, allowing you to build significant and lasting equity in your home.